Tesla to launch in-house rental service. Tesla is reportedly preparing to launch an in-house pilot rental program that would function at its collision centers in Texas. According to a now-deleted job listing for Program Manager, Business Development, first spotted by Sawyer Merritt on X, formerly known as Twitter. The link to the listing no longer works, returning a 404-page not found error. But the original poster took a screenshot of the job description, which clearly states that the person's main role will be to lead in the launch of the Tesla rental program in Texas. Based in Austin, Texas, the full-time position will support the team on launching a small pilot in all Texas collision sites, as well as support the launch in any airports for the Tesla employee pilot. The link to the original job listing was also posted by Tesla's staff program manager, Melissa Porch Blakely, on her LinkedIn page. But that seems to have been also deleted, although it's not clear why. Maybe the position has already been filled, or maybe it should have been a more discreet posting that shouldn't have garnered so much attention. It's also unclear how the rental program will roll out. Whether it will only be available for collision center customers who bring in their out-of-warranty vehicles for repair, or if the pilot program will start at the collision center and then expand to more locations. Another theory is that the Austin-based EV brand is trying to get into the car rental business, which would throw it in direct competition with giants such as Hertz, which coincidentally or not has 50,000 Tesla EVs in its fleet and is expecting another 50,000 from the Elon Musk-led firm. Currently, Tesla operates 5 such body shops in Texas, with 2 in the Houston area, 1 in Austin, 1 in Dallas, and another in San Antonio. Source: reposted and summarized from Yulia Nistrin at Inside EVS. Tesla gets big win in Texas with NACS requirement. Tesla got a big win in Texas yesterday as the Lone Star State said it would require companies to include the automaker's North American charging standard, NACS connector, in its electric vehicle charging stations if they want to be eligible for federal funding. In June, we reported that Texas had planned to include Tesla's NACS connectors in EV charging stalls alongside the more traditional combined charging system CCS connector. The Texas Department of Transportation said that the Tesla NACS connector had gained enough support from major automakers that the requirements for Phase 1 of expanding the state's charging infrastructure needed to be revised. Reuters initially reported the story, but by late June, a group of both EV makers and operators, including ChargePoint Holdings, manufacturers AB, and the Americans of Affordable Clean Energy Association, had all expressed concerns over Tesla's NACS being made a standard in such a short period of time. Tesla NACS Texas mandate gets pushback from EV charging firms. Time is needed to properly standardize, test, and certify the safety and interoperability of Tesla connectors across the industry, the group said. Because of the pushback, Texas deferred its vote from mid-July to yesterday, which would give the state more time to adequately examine the NACS connector and its inclusion as a mandatory connector on new EV chargers. However, the vote occurred yesterday, and Tesla's NACS connectors are now mandated on chargers in order to qualify for federal funding, as a unanimous vote moved the plan forward. As Ford, General Motors, Rivian, Fisker, Mercedes-Benz, Volvo, Polestar, and many other companies have already committed to adopting the NACS connector to take advantage of Tesla charging stations. The need for more charging options is needed now more than ever. Allowing more cars to use more charging stations will only benefit the consumers that choose to drive EVs. While charging stations were a competitive edge previously, EVs are becoming so mainstream and accepted by the general public that it is time to put aside exclusivity and give drivers who have not yet made the switch from gas to electric another reason to consider Texas Department of Transportation Director Humberto Gonzalez said via Reuters. The two-connector approach being proposed will help assure coverage of a minimum of 97% of the current. Over 168,000 electric vehicles with fast charge ports in the state. Tesla continues to build out its charging infrastructure across the US and Canada. And other companies are also continuing to move forward with their build-out of additional charging stalls as EV adoption increases in the United States. Source: reposted and summarized from Joey Klender at Teslarati. Tesla Model 3 Highland to arrive in showrooms in China this month. Tesla is set to transport Model 3 Highland sedans to showrooms in China, putting them on display for customers. Later this month, a new report from Bloomberg claims. Speaking to anonymous sources that are familiar with the matter, the report indicates that Tesla is nearing the completion of display vehicle manufacturing at the Gigafactory's Shanghai plant in China. Tesla plans to transport these vehicles to showrooms in the country in the latter part of August. Mass production is slated to begin soon thereafter and ramp up through China's national holiday that starts on September 30th. Tesla has been developing the new Highland Model 3 design for over a year, and recently, rumors regarding the potential release of the vehicle have intensified due to increased sightings and more leaks from factories. As recent as yesterday, reports out of China had indicated that Tesla is planning to set the stage for first deliveries as soon as September. Tesla salespeople are even encouraging customers to pay RMB 1,000, around $137 for a reservation, according to a report from China Securities Journal. Earlier this month, we reported that several Chinese financial outlets had indicated Tesla has already started trial production in China for the new Model 3 design, and mass production was slated for September. Initial deliveries, according to this report, would not begin until October. It seems that the delivery date is still up in the air, but based on all the various reports, the Highland Model 3 should be available in China within the next 2 to 3 months. Interestingly, Tesla has also performed upgrades at its Fremont factory in Northern California that hinted toward Highland Model 3 production. Tesla will demo and update a production line at Fremont, perhaps for new Highland Model 3. We have tracked the upgrades at the factory for some time, and the first permits we saw out of Fremont for the Highland project were listed during the summer of 2023. Things are continuing to move forward in China, however, and it seems the Model 3 Highland will make an appearance there first. While Tesla is likely to focus more on the release of the Cybertruck for the North American market, which is slated for its first deliveries before the end of the year. Source: reposted and summarized from Joey Klender at Teslarati. Tesla Supercharger Network tops J.D. Power EV public charging study. The Tesla Supercharger Network is one of the electric vehicle maker's most notable accomplishments. And now that it is being opened to non-Tesla electric vehicles, the rapid charging system seems poised to become one of the key drivers of mainstream EV adoption. Back in May, veteran automaker Ford announced that it had reached a deal with Tesla so that its electric vehicles could access the supercharger network. Other automakers followed suit, including fellow auto giant General Motors. Even newer carmakers like Rivian opted to join Tesla's growing NACS coalition. Considering the adoption of Tesla's North American charging standard by multiple other automakers, it would not be too surprising if the supercharger network became the charging standard for the region. It would likely be beneficial for EV owners, as per the results of J.D. Power's 2023 U.S. Electric Vehicle Experience EVX public charging study. Among the DC fast chargers that were considered in the study, the Tesla Supercharger dominated. The rapid charging network achieved a score of 739 out of 1,000 possible points, putting it far ahead of competitors like ChargePoint, EVgo, and Electrify America, which received 636 points, 569 points, and 538 points, respectively. Interestingly enough, J.D. Power's study also noted that customer satisfaction with public Level 2 charging solutions has declined to an overall 617 points. Overall scores among DC fast chargers also saw a decline compared to a year ago. As noted in a Ford Authority report, however, experts believe that the shift to Tesla's NACS and access to the supercharger network would likely increase overall customer satisfaction for DC fast chargers. Brent Gruber, executive director of the EV practice at J.D. Power, issued a statement about the matter. With greater adoption of the North American charging standard NACS pioneered by Tesla, it may provide a boost in fast charging satisfaction among owners of EVs from other brands as they begin to use Tesla's supercharger stations. We're monitoring whether the use of Tesla superchargers by non-Tesla owners will affect satisfaction. But the move does help address charger scarcity and offer access to industry-leading reliable chargers. It's just too early to tell if it can reach the satisfaction levels of Tesla owners who are already part of that fully integrated Tesla ecosystem, Gruber said. Source: reposted and summarized from Simon Alvarez at Teslarati. Tesla Cybertruck turning radius looks insane in recent footage. The Tesla Cybertruck is, for all intents and purposes, a very large vehicle. With its hulking design and cold steel exterior, the Cybertruck is an imposing presence on the road. It is then quite a sight when such a large pickup truck is spotted moving so nimbly, it almost looks like a much smaller vehicle. The Cybertruck footage was captured by longtime drone Tesla Giga Texas watcher Joe Tetmeyer, who was fortunate enough to spot the all-electric pickup truck during a recent flyover of the complex. As could be seen in the video, the Cybertruck drove away from a supercharger and promptly headed over to the road, where it performed a smooth U-turn. Hot off the presses. Cybertruck driving in full daylight at Giga Texas. I've gotta admit, it looks awesome from these angles. See this more in 4K on my YouTube video later today. Seeing a large pickup truck perform a U-turn is nothing special, but one could immediately tell that the Cybertruck's turning radius is very impressive. The video showed the Cybertruck taking the U-turn from the left lane and finishing the maneuver on the incoming right lane. The whole turn was one quick maneuver, which is quite impressive considering that the roads in the area only had 2 lanes. There are a variety of apparent reasons why the Cybertruck has an impressive turning radius. For one, the vehicle looked like it was using its 4-wheel steering system during the maneuver. The all-electric pickup truck also has a very short nose, which likely helps the driver perform technical maneuvers properly, even in tight areas. This is not the first time that the Cybertruck's impressive turning radius has caught the attention of electric vehicle enthusiasts online. Back in March, a video of the Cybertruck using its 4-wheel steering system in action was shared on X, Elon Musk's social media platform. The Tesla CEO responded to the video, noting that the Cybertruck may actually be better than a Model Y in turning. Musk's comment was received with some excitement, especially since the Cybertruck is so much larger than the Model Y. The Model Y features a length of 187 inches, while the Cybertruck is expected to be around 231 inches long. If the Cybertruck would indeed be better at turning than the all-electric crossover, it would be quite an accomplishment for the electric vehicle maker. Source: reposted and summarized from Simon Alvarez at Teslarati.